Hey guys, it's Gaz. Welcome to the Warframe video. So today we have a very special video. We have one of the most fun primary weapons they've added in a while today, guys, and we're going to be going over it. So we have the Fulmin today. This is Wisp's signature weapon. So the situation we have here is we have basically an Arca Plasmor-esque primary fire where it has enemy punch through. It's like a silent electrical shotgun in the primary fire, and the alt fire is a fully automatic it feels kind of like the Stradivar Prime as far as fire rate's concerned. But let's quickly just display that. So here's the primary fire. This has a 20-meter range, and it definitely is a very steep drop-off. Like, you literally will not hit any damage past 20 meters, guys. So that's the primary fire. You can spam it, and then there's the secondary fire you switch to by pushing the alternate fire button, and that puts us into our fully automatic mode. This is an electric gun. It does not chain. It does not chain like the Amprex, so it's just a single target, fully automatic mode. Basically just useful against nullifiers, if you ask me. And yeah, so this thing has base electric. Let's quickly just display how it compares to the Arca Plasmor, which is a weapon that's firing mode is pretty similar. So on the left we have the Fulmin, on the right we have the Arca Plasmor, so we have higher critical chance, better critical damage, faster fire rate, bigger magazine. It's a very different weapon. But as far as the enemy punch through is concerned and things like of that nature, that's where we're comparing it to. And then the stash chance on the Plasmor is a lot higher, so that's nice for the Plasmor. It also has 100 more base damage and innate radiation damage. So yeah, that's what you're looking at. The shotguns have different mods. This is actually a rifle. It takes rifle mods. So let's quickly just display the build we're using right now. So currently, guys, the amalgams update is really like hype, so we're actually using some Anti-Corpus elementals right now. So we have viral and electric. So the viral is really good against the flesh targets like the Corpus crewman, and then the electricity damage is really good against the robotics, so like the MOAs and stuff like that. So this is like a good Anti-Corpus loadout. We can take Hunter Munitions off this thing if we want to. Hunter Munitions is pretty good on it, although it does not have a headshot multiplier, so that kind of makes the Hunter Munitions procs not as powerful. Let's quickly just show this no Riven Corpus-focused build on an Amalgam really quick. So we actually do have Hunter Munitions on currently. I don't know if I would recommend that in the long run, but let's just quickly show it. A level 165 Amalgam. Alright, took like 4 shots. And that is with no Riven. We have about like 13,000 damage, I think it was, on the primary fire. It's less than 13,000. That's the Corrosive build I'm thinking about that has 13,000 damage. But yeah, this is meant to be killing Corpus, guys. So like I said, there are a couple pros and cons to this weapon. Let's quickly just display some of those right now. So I'm going to show you the pros right now, guys. We're going to take this weapon to ESO afterwards, because I do think it's very fun. So here's the pros for this weapon. Semi-auto destroys groups, so Plasmor style. If the enemies are all like in a line, you can fire the semi-auto fire in that line of enemies, and it should kill all of them. So that's really nice. High crit chance, high crit damage on both modes, so it's like a good Hunter Munitions weapon. I think saying a great Hunter Munitions weapon is a little bit of a stretch because it can't get headshot multipliers. But, you know, it has good crit chance and good base damage, so it can be decent. It definitely is not like a top tier Hunter Munitions weapon like the Tiburon Prime. And then I did not mention this, but it does have infinite ammo, so it is a battery-based weapon, like a kit gun using the PAX Charge Arcane. As long as you just let the gun reload, you'll never run out of ammo, guys. So this thing is infinite ammo, really nice. Very long range in the automatic mode. So, like I said, the semi-auto mode is 20 meters range. The semi-auto or the fully automatic mode, I was getting full damage at 70 meters, guys. So I think it's got a very long range when I was getting full damage at 70 meters away. Automatic mode, great against nullifiers. This is basically my go-to disruption primary right now, guys. It actually is good against nullifiers. It's good against hordes of enemies. It's got base electric, which is nice for a viral electric combo against the Corpus. So I really do think it's great in disruption if you're someone that's going to be playing disruption. And like just some little synergy stuff. Use the melee while the gun reloads itself. So as I mentioned, it reloads itself automatically. So let's quickly just display that. Bottom right corner, you'll see I have the magazine. So I go down to 0 and I just wait a little bit and it starts reloading itself. That's not me reloading, that's the weapon reloading itself. And yeah, while it's reloading, we can like use our melee. And then once we're done doing melee, it's fully reloaded. You can switch back and forth very easily. Really nice with these melee 2.9 changes. So it's like a nice weapon you can just like throw into your like combat rotation or whatever. And then I put good hybrid weapon. It doesn't have the best status chance, but it's got like decent enough status chance, and it's also only electric and impact, so you're not really diluting your procs too much. Although I do have a bit of a problem with having base electric, diluting the combos for a pure viral build if you were to do that. Okay, so let's move on to some cons. I do think this thing is really good, even though it does have cons, guys. Let's also put up the build cost for this thing on the screen. So it does take the new resource, which does drop from Jupiter. I've only been really farming it from Disruption. If someone wants to confirm in the comments down below if you can get it from like IO on Jupiter, that would be great. But I basically just ran Necros, I got a resource booster, and I got about 1,200 of this new Hexanon resource in about a half hour doing Disruption, guys. So it's not too bad. But the rewards that you actually get on rotation, that gives you like 6 Hexanon, those are bad. The drops you get from enemies are like 10 times better than the amount of drops you get from reward rotations. But, oh, that's the pros again. We don't need the pros again. We already know what's good about it. Here's the cons. Alright. As I said, limited 20-meter range on the semi-auto. You will really notice that, guys. It feels really short. I'm just gonna say it right now. It feels really short. So you're definitely gonna be using the primary fire as a shotgun. No headshot multiplier. I've already mentioned a bunch of these. So no headshot multiplier on either firing mode. Does hurt it a little bit, not gonna lie, especially with the Hunter Munitions build, because you can't get headshot / procs. Base electric damage can ruin some potential elemental builds. Can't do pure viral on this thing, no matter what you do, guys. The base electric is not going to allow you to do pure viral, so that's kind of a bummer. We have viral electric, though, which works great against the Corpus. A corrosive build actually is really good on this thing, though, because base electric, you just need a toxin mod. It will become a corrosive build, and that's really nice, because it's only corrosive in impact. You'll be stripping armor relatively easily. Switching the firing modes requires an animation, so this is a bit of a problem, I'm not going to lie. I have encountered this, and I do think it is a bit of an issue with this weapon, that you basically have to switch the firing modes. It takes the animation, and as the last con has indicated, that animation can be interrupted by abilities. So let's just quickly display that right now. So I'm going to be, like, this is semi-auto mode, firing it. Oh, there's another fire that appeared. I want to switch modes, but then I want to cast my 4 at the same time. See, it interrupted the firing mode, so we're still in the semi-auto mode, even though I pushed the button to switch to full auto. The animation for switching modes is sped up when you are using the Wisp Warframe, but I'm not always using the Wisp Warframe, obviously. Even though Wisp is very fun, I definitely recommend her. Yeah, switching between these can be a little bit jarring. So see, I even like waited a really long time before I cast my 4 there, and we still didn't switch. So it's a lengthy animation, guys. So that can be a bit of a problem. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely ran into that. Okay, so let's just quickly display how the corrosive build works, and then we're gonna show off our Riven as well, because we have a Riven for this thing. I got really lucky. I'm just gonna say that I got really lucky last night, as far as this Riven's concerned. All right, so we have 11,000 corrosive damage with the corrosive build. No Hunter Munitions on here. We're actually running heavy caliber. Heavy caliber does not really bother me too much on this weapon, especially on the automatic mode. You do get a little bit of it being like inaccurate when you're using the semi-auto mode, but it's really not that bad. Alright, so let's just spawn this gunner. We have a corrosive build, about 11,000 corrosive damage, and it should be pretty nice. Alright, so that was about an entire magazine. Let's do the automatic mode now. Now we're getting some real armor stripping procs in there. We weren't really procking impact at all there, it looked like. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's just, I really have built this thing as mostly an Amalgam Slayer, guys. So let's just quickly show the Amalgam Disruption build I'm using. So we have Primed Bane of the Corpus on here. We have a Viral Electric build. We have this amazing Riven I got insanely lucky rolling last night. And I'm most likely going to sell, to be honest. The ammo maximum literally does nothing to this weapon because we have infinite ammo and a battery-based magazine. And then the way that the Primed Bane of the Corpus works, I've really been noticing it when you go really late in Disruption. Or not even really late. We were going 1 hour into a Disruption run last night, guys, and we were fighting level 200 plus enemies. So a lot higher than I can spawn in the Simulacrum to show you guys. So you're just going to have to test that for yourself and take my word for it. That's actually a gunner. We're going to spawn an Amalgam in here. Actually, let's spawn a bunch of Amalgams. Let's spawn one of each Amalgam, so you guys can see what these damage types are going to be like against these guys. Let me just tell you, this Amalgam Alchemist, that's the only enemy in the entire mission that has armor, guys, And if you're running a shield disruption strat, that enemy might give you some problems. So I would say make sure you bring somebody that can deal with this this Amalgam Alchemist, because when it's level 200 plus, guys, it's really hard to kill with a Viral Electric build. Alright, so here is one of each of the new Amalgam enemies. We have some robotics, so that guy's going to take electricity damage a lot better. Enemies like this, like the fleshy target, the crewman, Viral is really good against them. Electric is not as good. There's also some mechanics of these guys. They will not take damage over time effects while their shield is active. So if you want to deal damage over time through toxin procs or slash procs, you need to make sure that you break that shield and then keep it down, because that is going to prevent damage over time. But let's just quickly show the Fulmin semi-auto with a good Riven and a Prime Anti-Corpus, what that does. So it's going to like two-shot these guys pretty much. And this is, like I said, they do get higher level than this easily. So this is not really a great display of how to fight these Amalgams, because this guy in particular, if you're running Shield Disruption, he's not going down very easily. He doesn't take Magus Lockdown damage, because he's considered a mini-boss. Yeah. So you're going to want to bring specific stuff for this guy. But everything else, the Fulmin can definitely take care of it. Yeah, like I said, this guy gets above level 165 too, so he gets really tanky. But yeah, this is basically a disruption gun right now for me with my specific build. Let's actually take it into ESO and we'll display how it works there. We can just quickly take this off. I'll put Hunter Munitions on so you guys can see how Hunter Munitions works. And I think Viral Electric should be fine for whatever we're running into here. Alright, so we're going to jump into ESO solo. I'm also going to do something that I've been doing recently, where I'm going to take a Sentinel weapon. And I actually have a stat stick built on my Sentinel weapon. So we have all the Vigilant mods I can put on this build. So we have Vigilant Offense, Vigilant Fervor, Vigilant Armaments, and Vigilant Supplies. So what this does is it's a set bonus. So each of these mods I put on here gives me an increased chance to improve my critical hits on my primary for my Tenno. So, for example, we have a 75% chance to yellow crit with this build. When we have all these Vigilant mods equipped, I don't have the entire set equipped, but it gives us a 20% chance to turn those yellow crits into orange crits, guys. And if we had enough chance, if we had an innate way to orange crit with this weapon, we would be able to get red crits if we were to use the strategy. So if I had a crit chance Riven, we could be getting red crits with this thing if we use the Vigilant set mod. Okay, so that's a fun thing you can do. You could even put the Vigilant Fervor on your Warframe build if you have enough spots for it. I don't currently have it with this build, but if I throw Steel Charge on here, I probably can fit it on, actually. Let's do that. Do some quick changes mid-video, because I have an Aura Forma on my Nova. We can do whatever we want with that build. Alright, let's jump into ESO, and I can show you guys how fun this weapon is. So yeah, guys, hope you are enjoying the update if you're on PC, and trust me, guys, it's worth the wait if you are on console. Fighting the new Amalgam enemies in the new game mode is really fun. The only problem I have with the new game mode, guys, is... Well, actually, I have a couple problems with it. My main problem with it is that it's not very rewarding. You can get rewards and stuff in it, don't get me wrong, but the rewards you're getting are pretty much useless as far as I'm concerned. You get, like, relics that are not refined, you get the new mods that I already have, like, 10 of each of, and... yeah, it's mostly you just play it to have fun. You want to fight the new Amalgam enemies, which are fun to fight. You want to fight hordes of enemies. You get lots of neural sensors. It's a fun game mode. It's probably the best game mode in the entire game, in my opinion. But, yeah, the rewards are not there. So here we go. So as you see, we're just, like, blasting these guys. They're level 80, I think it is. Oh, level 60. So we do have the Nova buff, but that's just so I don't get shot. So you're reloading. I'm going to switch firing modes here. And it's just shredding through these guys. This is a Viral Electric build. These are Armored Grenier. We have no Corrosive Projection. Very fun weapon. These guys don't even have the Nova debuff on them. That guy does. No Nova debuff on them. There's the orange crits from our Vigilant Armaments set bonus. So it's just really fun, guys. I find this weapon very fun in ESO. And very effective in disruptions. So I can definitely highly recommend it to you. Although the 20-meter radius or range on the primary fire does trip me up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But for these guys, if they're far away, we can just use the automatic mode. So we'll do 2 waves of ESO here just to give a display of what's going on. That's also a little trick I've been doing lately. Might have a video on that in the future. Yeah, we're gonna have a disruption video coming very soon, guys, with some of the strategies I've been utilizing. I actually have an endurance event for my clan that we're doing, where basically having the highest run will potentially give you 500 plus platinum. So, yeah, some strategies like that definitely good to get in circulation, so other people can get clan trophies as well. Yeah, very fun weapon. I'm getting like Plasmor flashbacks, but it's like a more versatile Plasmor. See, if there was nullifier spawning in here, I could switch to the automatic mode and then deal with that, which is really nice. But this is like the main reason you use this weapon, just to like chunk through like 4 dudes at once. That's like the main reason I use it. And the fact that it's really good against amalgams. Alright. Nice, nice, nice. This is with a Riven though, keep that in mind. You have a 110% extra multi-shot and some more critical damage. But still, for no corrosive projection and like not really the best elemental combination against these guys, it's working really well. Very nice. So we're getting a ton of orange crits. With all the vigilant mods we have equipped, we have a 25% chance to increase the crits to orange crits, and that's definitely happening a lot here. I've been having some bugs lately where it takes a really long time to switch between Operator and Warframe, even as a solo player. So I think it's like when you're pressing a bunch of buttons at once. That's what I've been experiencing, at least. So see, like, we can like keep just jumping around and not like stopping to reload. That's another nice thing about this. You can stay really mobile, and it makes sense that it's Wisp weapon, because Wisp is a very mobile Warframe. With Wisp, you basically never stop moving to like cast an ability. One of the things I really like about her, you literally never stop. All of her abilities, you never get animation locked in place, guys, and that's similar with her weapon. You're never stopping to like do something besides switching firing modes. But you can keep moving while you're doing that too, so it's not a big deal. Alright. See how it does for charging Novas too. Not exactly the best, but that was still pretty good. Now we have no fire rate on this thing either, guys. When you put fire rate on here, you can just spam the semi-auto. It's really nice. Unfortunately, I've not seen a nullifier here. I don't think there's a nullifier in this first couple waves of DSO this week. As you see, like, we are like having a pretty easy time right now, just blasting through everybody. If we had a Corrosive build right now, it would probably be like one-shotting them even harder. Okay, let's switch to full auto. I don't really use the full auto as much, to be honest. I mostly use this weapon for the semi-auto because I just think it's very fun to use. But the full auto definitely is very serviceable. So yeah, guys, disruption strategies coming out in the next day or two. We did a lot of testing last night. The reason there was no video last night is because I played a lot of disruption last night. Let me just say that. I tried a lot of frames, a lot of weapons, a lot of strategies. Just want to see what works. And I have like, I could make just like a tier list. I'm thinking about redoing my tier list for all the frames in the game now that Wisp is out. And now that Disruption is out, I'm actually weighing some other things pretty heavily compared to before. Basically, Revenant is not as good in Disruption as he is in Kuva Survival. And that's going to be weighted kind of heavily on Revenant, unfortunately. So Revenant's probably not going to be S tier, in my opinion, anymore. Unfortunately. Because I tried Revenant against Disruption, and he has some problems, to say the least. With all those nullifiers, it's kind of like bad. And that's pretty much it, guys. So, as you see, like, this thing shreds lowish level enemies. With the right build, you can do good against high level enemies as well. And yeah, it's really fun. Highly recommend it. The ribbons are very expensive right now. Just to put it in perspective, I bought an unrolled one for about 1,200 platinum last night. I have received a platinum offer for 4,000 platinum for this ribbon, guys. The one we currently have equipped. So, yeah, it's expensive. It's really new and hyped, so it's going to be expensive as far as ribbons are concerned. But I think that you can have some fun with it, and it might be worth it to some people. I paid 1,200 platinum for this, and I didn't regret it. But I'm definitely going to be selling it for 4,000 because it's a really good weapon. It has 3 Riven disposition. It's most likely going to get nerfed as soon as the next Riven disposition update comes out, guys. So keep that in mind. Also with your Rubico Rivens and all those kind of weapons, just be careful, guys. don't get too attached to like if you have a specific number on that Riven, because it might get reduced when the next Riven update comes out, because that is going to be something that happens. I'm expecting to lose about 10% multi-shot on this, and maybe like a good chunk of crit damage as well. Okay, so that's why I'm going to sell it, but I do think it's very fun, and this putting Prime Band of the Corpus on here for Disruption is actually amazing, guys. So yeah, keep an eye out for some new videos in the next couple days, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this update, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.